Welcome to Squeaky Table Talk. I'm your host, Josh Macuga. We're here talking about all kinds of squeaky tables, coffee tables, talking tables. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but every time I put my hand anywhere near the table, it's an ugly, squeaky thing that sounds sort of like if a mouse got caught in a mousetrap, then shoved in an air vent, and then put under your bed while a squeaky door opened inside your bedroom. Put that on a hat. All right. I'm coming in hot today, guys. I had a rough night last night, and it's all because of television. And I'll tell you why later on in the show. But before I let you know that, we have a great panel here today. They're fucking great. Yeah, I'm using the F word today because you know what? You know what? Why not? Okay. Why not? It's America. We have freedoms, and that freedom of speech comes with the F word. Doesn't matter. There's no SEC on the internet. Hell, for Christ's sake, you can watch a cat kill another cat, and nobody's censoring that. Okay? John Rocha, what's up, man?
Hey, man, how's it going?
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm a little scared on this side of the table, but all right, I'm here. I'm going to see what happens. SEC, I think Southeastern Conference. That's not what you're talking about.
What
you're
FCC?
Talking about the FCC. That's
whatever. SEC.
I love your rants. I just want you to get the facts right.
Facts, schmacks. Who needs them? I will say thanks for filling in while I was gone.
Thanks, my pleasure, man. Thanks for the opportunity. It was a blast.
The fans said they loved you, and you did a great job, so I can't thank you enough.
Man, it was big shoes to fill.
You suffered through a lot of television.
I really did.
And I've had to endure that suffering while I catch up on my DVR. And somebody who has to endure with our suffering, that's the lovely Grace Hancock.
You guys, if I have to endure suffering with anybody, I would love for it to be these two handsome gentlemen here. Guys, welcome to Sassy Tuesday. Holy shit, I'm going to curse too because I'm cool. Tweet me your Twitter questions.
Is that a shot? Were you taking a shot? Was that a shot? Did you take a shot?
No, I'm very cool. I'm just saying. I just want to remind people I'm like cool. I'm like down with the kids. Shut up, Rocha. Tweet me your Twitter questions, guys. Make them good. Make them sassy at Mrs. Graceface. Hashtag Collider TV Talk. Boom.
Boom. Hashtag it, Collider TV Talk. Let's get into our first.
We're just like hashtag Collider fucking TV Talk.
Just
how about that?
Fucking Collider TV Talk. Adam's confused behind the camera. Cody's not sure what the hell's going to happen. Guys, for the next 30 minutes, hold on to your frickin' butts. All right? Just hold on to them because shit's about to get weird. What's first, Grace?
Well, I am holding on to my butt, let me tell you. You guys, Netflix has released another trailer for next week's season 2 drop of Stranger Things where we find out.
It's not so much a trailer.
Well, like another teaser, I guess.
It's a clip.
It's a clip. Okay, you're right.
It's
All
a
right.
hot clip.
I'll see myself out. So we see how Eleven has escaped the Upside Down, but what has she been doing all this time? How does she getting all these delicious treats delivered for free? I have a lot of questions. What did you guys think?
I need delicious treats.
I mean, like,
delivered.
Sheriff Hopper's like her Uber Eats driver.
I know.
Like, I want some Eggos.
Tell me about it. There's been Eggos in that freezer for
For
months.
like 2 years.
And I keep looking at it, it says, don't touch. And I'm like, why? Is 11 coming in the studio?
Because remember, it was a prop, and then we never did that sketch.
And we're never going to do it.
But they're also, like, probably freezer burned to shit by now.
I don't care. Freezer burn's good for you.
Oh, good to know.
Rocha knows all about the freezer.
Oh, freezer burn and ice cream is the best.
It's the best.
Yeah, if you can survive the night eating freezer burn ice cream.
How dare you?
That's a rite of manhood. That's a rite of passage.
If you never went to your grandma's house and she didn't have freezer burn ice cream, you didn't live. My grandma had so much freezer burned ice cream in there. Oh, Beanie's the best.
Beanie's the best. But Rocha, what did you think?
Yeah.
Of the clip?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the clip.
Well, or of freezer burned ice cream. I mean, whatever, guys.
It's a free-form Tuesday.
It's a free...
I love it. Freeform. On the Freeform channel. Listen, I like the clip. I think it's really cool. I mean, we get the vibe that we're going back into this world very clearly, and we see, it looks like she finds her way out of the Upside Down in a way that's uncomfortable. It feels embryonic. It feels a little bit like a vajayjay, and so I'm a little like, ugh. So it's an interesting choice, and they're walking the line, but then again, they're Netflix, and there's no FCC or SEC on the Netflix either. They can cuss all they want.
It's a Southeastern Conference with rules and regulations.
That's right.
I thought it was pretty cool. I'm liking the fact that they're giving us teasers. Obviously, we knew that she was going to be in season 2, but from the trailers and all that stuff. But I'm liking that they're giving us these little individual clips. This is the most anticipated show of the fall, for sure. I mean, there isn't anything else on the docket that's. I mean, the Walking Dead trailers can do all they want. There's nowhere near the kind of fervor that you can have.
Oh yeah,
that you got for Stranger Things right now. But also too, in Millie Bobby Brown at the beginning, she has long curly hair. She kind of just looks like Finn Wolfhard now. They're like the same kind of person.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. Maybe they'll use that though. Who knows?
She's got a like British accent though, doesn't she? All right, what's next, Grace?
She just looks like baby Jim Morrison. All right, moving right along. So guys, I know we're so excited for this. CBS has ordered a pilot for an updated version of the classic music game show. Name That Tune.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to hum a song.
Oh, we're playing it?
Go.
Are you going to hum it?
You got to hum it first.
Oh. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
I have to name the song?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, just a small town girl.
Yes, all right. Cody had it
So
before
I
you.
win.
There you go.
Shut
Name
up,
that
Cody, you
tune.
don't know anything.
See that, CBS? That's what you need on the show. It's over. What were you gonna say? Sorry, I cut you.
That
off.
was it.
That's it.
I was gonna say let's play right now. Go, Josh.
Do you guys remember Name That, the carpool karaoke-ish kind of show? But it was a karaoke show on MTV, and it was like a TRL karaoke where you had to fill in the blanks.
Oh,
I don't know
yes.
if it was on
Vaguely.
VH1
With the
or
lyrics.
MTV.
I wasn't
lyrics.
allowed to like
Yes.
watch
Name
that
that
when
lyric.
I
It was
was
called Name
little.
That Lyric.
Name That Lyric.
Yep.
Name that lyric.
Yep.
I
That's really the name
enjoy.
of it?
I think it's what it was called.
Creative.
I enjoy shows like this. I do like the game show revival that they do with like Alec Baldwin and the Hollywood Game Night
Well, and
and all
clearly
this.
you should be hosting the show.
Yes,
I mean,
thank
you just
you.
slayed that audition right there.
Right.
Let's
Boom.
send it in, guys.
But they tried to do the Gong Show, and that was not even an abject failure. That was, when you throw stuff in the garbage disposal and then you think it went all the way through, but then it stinks up your kitchen.
And then you realize that there's definitely like a spoon down there,
And
and
there's a
you're not going to
spoon.
get it.
No, and the spoon is ruined, but you're like, I'm not going to stick my hand down in
No.
there. That was the Gong Show.
Yeah.
The Gong Show was so bad.
Right.
I Name That tune at least has like a little bit more of substance than say a Gong Show.
Yeah.
But I don't know where this fits. Like, is this trying to capitalize on the carpool karaoke and lip sync battle? or
Yeah,
is
I was
this-
going to say lip sync battle.
Yeah, lip sync battle seems right. And the thing about the difference between Gong Show and this kind of show is this feels interactive. This is like, Music Jeopardy, because you want
Yeah.
to see how quickly can you remember these songs, how quickly can you pick it up for notes.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when you're driving in your car, as soon as you hear the first two notes, you're like, oh, I know that, oh, yeah. So it takes that like emotion and it brings it out for a 30-minute show, and you see how many people actually know a lot about this stuff. And so I remember watching it growing up as a kid, and I loved it. And so to see it coming back, and I wonder how they would do this, because there's a crap ton more genres of music out there.
Yeah, like they could
and
have
what are
different
the
like
ages?
particular like themes.
Yeah,
and,
or
like,
the EDM
movies,
shit
I don't
jumping
know.
in there. What are we gonna do? Rap? Or how are we gonna
God, I
do
hope
the
so.
notes? Yeah, I mean, like there
Yeah.
was no rap in the '70s. I mean, there was, but there wasn't.
I
When
like.
you weren't dancing to that in the club with your trench coat, Rocha.
Me and Grandmaster Flash.
You have to name the tune based solely on a beatbox. That'd be brilliant. See, there's a lot you can do with
Josh
this show.
I mean, this sounds
Host
like
the
it could
show.
be something that like I would tune into, because there's certain days when I'm like real brain dead, and as we all know, I'm obsessed with ridiculousness. And also, like, remember that show, like, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Yeah.
I remember
Oh,
there was like
yeah.
a whole season of my life where I was like, this is all I have the brain space for. So this could be one of those shows.
My
and
mom
I'm
was
like,
a
this'll be
fifth grade
fun.
teacher, and she would watch that and just be like, "These people
Are you smarter than a
morons."
fifth grader?
She nailed. My mom was fire.
But are you?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
sometimes it was hard.
Grace.
Okay, so apparently I'm a dumb guys.
You're not a dum-dum. There were some hard fifth grade questions, especially in the math stuff. I'm not great
Well, they're
at
also
the
like the
math.
loser fifth graders who are like, I studied all summer for geometry, and you're like, shut up, Timmy, you're 4. Like,
They had one person
He was
sign
a
their
young
yearbook,
fifth
and it was the
grader.
teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Stay cool, Timmy.
Yep. Sorry, we're talking about Cody. It's been a
Oh,
burn. Spoiler alert. Zoinks. All right, what's next,
Zoinks.
Grace?
All right, and I know you guys are going to be shocked, but there's another reboot coming. Wait for it. You're going to be excited. NBC is developing another reboot of Nancy Drew based on the classic children's book. In this... I love Nancy Drew, but in this reimagining, Nancy wrote the books herself based on her childhood adventures with her friends, and she found fame in that process, but lost her best friends, and now they're reconnecting in their 40s and 50s and rediscovering their knack for solving mysteries.
So she's like a middle-aged woman.
Yeah,
So this is like Nancy Drew
they're
meets
supposed to be like
Kathy?
older, and they're saying that that's part of how they can solve mysteries is because they're older. They're able to like slip more under the radar, which I'm gonna try not to be offended by, because I'm obviously gonna be hella cute when I'm in my 40s and 50s.
Duh.
But whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's supposed to be them like grown up, and they felt kind of like shafted by her novels because they were like supporting characters.
Didn't Emma Roberts do a Nancy Drew?
Yes.
That was a film.
It was a movie, right?
was a film.
Yeah.
I remember watching that and thinking
Yeah.
it was horrendous.
Yeah.
But she's adorable.
You could see the poster and be like, that
Yeah, not that good.
hard pass.
But
Yeah.
this is
It's gonna be a no from me, dog.
It's gonna be no for me. I mean, listen, if you didn't like Murder, She Wrote, something wrong with you. Okay.
Truth.
And she was probably 60 and late
And
50s,
hot.
60s. And don't get me started. I mean, come on. Murder, She Wrote, more like Murder, She Boned. Am I right? What?
We are in the upside down. We are in the upside down now.
It's in the up. No,
This is what happens when Rocha says vajayjay right at the top.
I like to think that
My
like
mom's watching.
I just hope that they don't make Nancy Drew like this embittered, like middle-aged woman who's been on adult Tinder for a while and things aren't going
She's
well.
like a
'cause
she's like the mom from Mr. Mercedes.
Yes, yeah. She's like, I spent most of my youth on damn dating apps, and here I am because I was too busy solving mysteries. Here I am, a lonely spinster in a house that I can't afford, driving a car I don't like with a man I don't love. Like, I hope that's.
I just want you to play Nancy Drew now. Hearing that
They
monologue.
called me Madge my whole life.
I'm gonna do like a gender bend.
Just huffing on Marble Light 100s. But if it is like that, I mean,
it's definitely a fresh take. I mean, again, I feel like this is just Grace and Frankie, but with mysteries.
But didn't we already, like, isn't there Deborah Messing's show was already on there doing solving the mysteries, and she like a middle-aged woman detective?
Yeah, that was
I mean,
brutal,
Rocha,
too.
nobody's going to fight with you. Yes, there's 40,000, 7 billion TV shows, and there was about 3 plots on all of them.
Now that Sex and the City's not happening, I feel like Sarah Jessica Parker, Cynthia Nixon, and Kristen Davis could be on this right now, because Kim Cattrall ain't coming back.
Hold on.
But she could be the villain for the whole
That's
season.
something I might watch.
Detectives
Like,
doing Sex in the City.
detective.
I'm just saying.
It's like an SVU spinoff.
Done.
SVU Sex in the City.
Law and Order Sex in the City.
Yeah.
Perfect.
SCU.
shit.
Or SCY, whatever it is. but
SITC.
it'd be perfect if Kim
Colon.
Cattrall was like the main villain the whole season.
Yes.
Like they do on the CW show. She's like the villain for the whole season.
Why are you not
That'd be
working for
brilliant.
these people,
I
Rocha?
will.
I would watch that show.
I would watch that show.
I'm
I would
binging
love-
it right now in the future.
I would love if they were like, so we've had 3 writers write the pilot for the new Nancy Drew reboot. 2 we like, 3 were very confused. Number 3 were very confused written by Josh Macuga. Seems like all this woman is doing is complaining about her single life and smoking cigarettes. Not really sure, but I think we're going to go with option 3.
I mean, yeah.
Doesn't this sound more like a CBS show? Like this
Yes.
is their demographic. Like
Yes.
kind of the old, like the whole thing with all the older people doing these kind of like Blue Bloods. All this, like it
Yeah.
just seems like
But that's
they're
the
more
problem.
their
Like, I
demographic.
want it on like a cool network because then you
Okay.
could just make it like real crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what if there was like Nancy Drew on HBO?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Like,
this is
she
us.
grew up
Chicago
and shit
Fire,
went
Parenthood.
down.
They do have a
Chicago
way of doing
shared
these things. Nancy
She
Drew
moves to
Chicago.
Yeah,
Nancy Drew
becomes a firefighter. I don't know.
She
So-
has a love affair spurned by an old firefighter, like the old fire chief.
Like the
One
chief.
of the Hardy
yeah.
Boys.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, shared universe. Come on, guys. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about because coming up next,
That's great.
we are coming in hot.
We are coming in so hot today. Sassy Tuesdays, guys. We're not disappointing, right?
Listen, I've been gone for 2 weeks, okay? I
You
didn't
got
get
some-
much sleep
some
last night.
Pent-up sass.
I have so much TV to watch, and the fact that Supergirl
Yes.
is currently on my DVR, and I'm being forced to watch this show. Here's the thing, guys. Here's what I'm going to guarantee you going forward on TV Talk. For as
wish we
long
could
as
do a
this,
slow close-up.
as long as this, yeah. Can you pan into me
Do a
closely?
slow close-up.
Are you allowed to do that, Cody? As long as I'm on TV Talk, which may not be that much longer. Who knows? Okay. As long as this show is being made the way it's being made, I'm promising you this from now on. I refuse to keep talking about terrible television. I'm done.
Ooh.
I'm done.
Joshy. Strong
I'm
statement.
done. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. Okay.
Strong statement.
It's not pushing the social narrative. There's nobody on Twitter is like begging us to talk about Supergirl. They are not begging. These CW shows have little to no stakes at all. There's no stakes. There's none at all. I sat last night and this morning finishing the series finale of *Halt and Catch Fire*, a show that nobody is watching. And it's an absolute travesty because that show is fucking perfect.
Yep.
Excuse my language, but I'm going to use the F word. That show is so well done. I'm sitting at the end of that series finale sobbing like a baby. And I know you haven't watched the series finale.
haven't.
I am sobbing. That show was so well done. The characters, there was stakes. There was something to that. There was a love. It's not this sappy BS with superpowers. It's not. If Oliver Queen gets punched in the face one more time and doesn't bleed and doesn't lose a tooth and doesn't get a black eye and just walks into this mayor's office the next morning, he's like, rough night on the job last night, okay? You can't possibly keep working day in and day out without going insane. You need sleep in your life. You need it, okay? There was no stakes in Supergirl. I couldn't care less about their relationship. I couldn't care less. And listen, I might be insensitive. I couldn't care less about the 2 girls' relationship. I couldn't care less about Supergirl's relationship. I couldn't care less about the 2 Martians' relationship.
Ooh.
All of these shows
Said something
are
there.
literally placeholders for nothing. There is nothing. And I'm sitting there watching the season premiere of Supergirl and this last night's episode of Supergirl thinking to myself, this is just bad television. And we've done bad television. We've talked about it and then forgotten about it. We talked about Vinyl, it's gone. You guys talk about the Menendez, it was terrible, it's gone. Okay? There's so much TV out there that is so good, like Mindhunter. Like these shows that a lot of you people are not watching. And if I'm going to be here hosting a show and telling you guys what shows to watch and week in and week out talking about Supergirl and me taking a large steaming dump on the show each week, that's bullying. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to come on the show and bully other TV. I want to talk about TV that is good, that is shows that I want to watch. I just don't want to talk about The Flash because there's a lot of people watching The Flash, which right now, there aren't a lot of people watching The Flash because it's been terrible. And so Supergirl just comes in, they're like, hey, we're just going to bunt it down to first and hope you guys really enjoy this version of baseball. That version of baseball sucks a wiener, hits some home runs, throw strikes down the plate. Don't hit bunts and kickball, John Rocha.
Yeah,
you don't do it.
It's playoff
Give me
time.
some shit that has stakes.
Yep.
Game of Thrones, why is it so popular? Because it has stakes. What are all these people looking for? The next Game of Thrones. Well, hell, you don't do a show with zero stakes. And I understand people have contracts and people have things they need to do. And week in and week out, you're not going to be able to kill Supergirl. Well, also, too, Supergirl has superpower. You can't beat Superman. That's why the Superman movies don't work. Because you can't beat him. He is invincible. And they killed him and like, oh, he's going to come back. No shit, he's going to come back. He's living under a yellow sun. The man's invincible.
Josh Macuga for president!
So, what I'm saying going forward, and I'm sorry if I offended you, some people out there that really enjoy Supergirl, and I'm sorry if I'm going to go ahead, let him eat the popcorn. But I refuse to stare at my DVR night in and night out and think to myself, F myself, I have to watch this show again because it's not good. And if I'm going to be on here talking about things and shows that we want to watch as people, and we have very, very busy days. I have a fucking wife now. I'm married. There's a ring on my finger. I have promises to people that I have to keep. And those promises don't include a girl with a cape in a show where she's never going to die, in a show where there's no stakes. They sent Ron L. or Mon L. or John L., whatever the F the guy's name is, and he's definitely going to come back. Oh, Barry's in the Speed Force? No shit. He's going to come back and be like, Speed Force kind of sucked, but I got a tan. Okay? There is nothing to these shows. You're not gaining anything but anger. And that's where I am right now. So I'm pledging right now. If you don't like the shows that we talk about, don't watch. And this is probably how I'm going to lose my job.
Stop it. Don't say these things.
If you want us to talk about shows, tweet at us, yell at us, tell us what we need to be watching. Because without you, we don't have a show. And if you're not watching, we're just going to watch what we want to watch, and that's what we're going to talk about. So, thus going forward, Supergirl sucks. Let's talk about The Gifted. What do you think?
Okay.
Man, Bill Pullman's Independence Day speech has nothing on Josh Macuga. Okay, holy shit. All right.
Unless you want to talk about
Supergirl. One thing.
Go ahead.
I want to.
You know what? Go
about
ahead,
Supergirl?
Go ahead.
Oh God.
I think there is legitimacy to your beef, my friend. I really tried. I liked the first season on CBS. I thought it had some issues. I thought they were going to fix it on the CW, but unfortunately, they kind of leaned into it too much and had it be too CW, too maudlin, too much, all this kind of stuff. And there's no stakes. You're right. If you remember the episode last night, she flew through the roof of the building.
Yes.
And that's halfway through the episode, and it's never addressed again when she comes back to the building. Lana Luthor and everyone's like, hey, there's video of you ripping your shirt open with the S on in the elevator, and then you like flew through the elevator. Like, what happened there? Can we ask you about it? None of that is discussed, and it's child stakes. It's not real stakes, and that's the problem with these shows, and that's why I like Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow knows what it is. It knows it's stupid and fun and dumb, and it's enjoyable in that way, and still finds a way to be interesting and have a little bit of stakes, but in no way is it trying to be more important than it actually is and failing miserably. And I think that's what
I'm saying.
Yeah, I echo your sentiments. I used to love Flash. This season did not start out well. There's a reason why Supergirl's ratings are down for the season 3 premiere versus the season 2 finale. And the same thing with Flash. Flash's ratings are down as well. And so these are reasons the public is speaking by not watching. And that's really important to listen to.
And if you're going to do a superhero show, and this has nothing to do with I'm not going to watch a girl be a superhero. Yeah. F that. Wonder Woman was probably the best superhero movie of this year, without a doubt.
Sure.
Okay?
You can make a case.
I couldn't care less about gender. Feud with Betty and Joan, led by two women, incredible television.
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't matter to me. What I'm saying is that if you're going to make a superhero show about a powerful woman, make her a powerful woman. Yeah. Don't pander like, I can't save the world because my boyfriend is not here anymore. Like, give me a fucking break.
Well, she is speed. She could fly around. She immediately could have taken Sai out in 3 seconds.
No shit.
Yes. If you need to find me to shoot your psionic blast, I can literally go. I can go around the world and smack you from behind in 10 seconds. So if I'm Supergirl, I can get out of this situation a lot quicker. And they unfortunately make her too gullible, and it undercuts something I said when I was hosting last week. Melissa Benoist is a good actress.
She is.
She's wasted on this show.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So
sorry.
Well,
Sorry
there,
I yelled,
guys.
but I think
There
you
you
guys,
have it, guys.
I'm sitting there watching *Halt and Catch Fire*, and I'm thinking to myself, God, nobody's watching this, and this is such good TV.
It is.
And now I have to talk about Supergirl, and I don't want to do it. I really don't. And when it comes to television, this is why TV talk is so different than movie talk, is because movie talk, there is not as many movies as there are TV, and we are stretched thin enough, and we want to watch what we want to watch. And I'm sorry if you guys can you can talk about movie news, you can get on all that stuff, and there's not as much shit movies being put out, and we are sitting here just mired. My DVR is mired in average TV. Average.
Yeah.
Let's talk about The Gifted. What do you think, Grace?
Yeah, let's talk about The Gifted, guys. So last night, season 1, episode 3, correct?
Yes.
Of The Gifted. We like the show. I'm not gonna say I'm lukewarm about the show. I'm lukewarm about this episode. I felt like this episode did not move the plot forward at all. I felt like this episode was like a strange, like just recycled version of episode 2.
Yeah.
And at the end of this episode, we're pretty much exactly where we were at the beginning of this episode, except that now we have Uncle Danny in it, who's kind of an asshole, and then he was like, sorry, I was an asshole.
Yeah.
So I didn't love this episode. I'm getting irritated with the mom, who was my favorite part to begin with. But I'm sick of hearing her be like, I'm like, girl, the world is ending. Your children are being hunted. And then she's like, you can't just break into this house. It's like, shut up. Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Like, stakes.
It's stakes.
So she's driving me crazy, even though I liked her. She's been my favorite part of this so far. But what did you think about this?
I agree with you, Grace. I think the pilot was really well done.
Me too.
And I feel the 2 subsequent episodes have not lived up to that level in terms of story and in terms of character development, right? The kid who was the whole impetus for this, the whole thing happening in the first episode in the pilot, he disappears virtually in the second episode. Yeah. And in the third episode, he wants to like commit crimes and he wants to do this kind of, and I get what you're doing, like, but you're making him jump leaps and bounds without giving me the stuff in between. And we need the stuff in between so we can connect to these kids and follow their journey. And you're giving me more about like trying to get daddy back, and then you give me the underground mutants that are trying to figure this whole network out. I actually care about the mutants in the underground network more than I do the kids, and more than I do the mob a little bit. And that shouldn't be happening on a show that's called The Gifted, which is about this family, not about the underground mutants. So I was that bothers me, and I agree. The whole thing of being like all of a sudden she's a crusader for mutants. I'm like, no, have a little angst, have a little confusion, have a little like figuring out. It like happened overnight, and then you're like judging your brother for being this way.
We can't rob a bank. It's like, yes, you can.
Yeah.
You're refugees.
Yeah.
This is not a good time. Rob the damn bank.
Exactly.
And I feel like Stephen Moyer is like super underutilized. Like you see him in like 2 scenes.
Yeah. And I like his character, and I like what, and all he keeps saying is like, I want my lawyer. Like, dude, you're not going to get a lawyer. You got to figure out a way to get out of this.
Like, give Bill the Vampire better shit to do.
Yeah, and I really enjoy the girl who's in jail, the mutant who's
I think she might be my favorite.
She's great.
She's probably my favorite.
And I love those storylines because, again, stakes.
Right.
Now, the thing that this show is always going to have trouble dealing with is comparisons to Heroes. Remember Heroes on NBC?
Absolutely.
Right? Because it was basically Tim Kring being like, hey, I'm going to make a show about people with mutant powers. And you're like, dude, that's X-Men. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's called Heroes, right? And so we have that basically in this show. And they talk about it, they reference certain things. I would really like to get a little more backstory on what's happening in the world, where the X-Men are. And I know they've kind of mentioned it and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But what Heroes had trouble with in the second season, and what this is having trouble with for me, is being on the run gets exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? And they haven't even hit on the kid. They're like, hey, this kid's got superpowers. They don't hit on the fact that he's the most powerful of all of them.
He is.
Right? They're not saying that. They're not doing anything. They're not really giving this kid the opportunity to it. And I really, really get exhausted by I'm their mother, and they shan't be doing their mutant stuff. I get exhausted by that storyline. That that trope.
Yeah.
It's always the same thing. Like, you can't go in there. What if you're hurt? Like, bitch, I can make glass shields out of my arm and save the world. You're just a nurse that can run. She's like, don't worry about it. I know the dosage. Like, so I've babysat people's pets before, and they're like, hey, so my pet gets a shot. And I'm like, how much? And you suck it in and you chew it, and the cat's been fine, or the dog has been fine.
I know, I've done those too, like the little diabetes shots, and they're just like, thanks, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
All you have to do is tell the super mutant to do that. Just because you're a nurse, it's like Allison Keene's famous line: "Autism isn't a superpower." Okay.
Aw, Allison.
But the show, I think, is falling victim to the being on the run trope, and we don't see any.
Yeah, it's
plot.
like, what now?
What now? What are they trying to do?
Like, are they going to break her out? Are they going to break him out? They don't know where he is. They only just found out he's still alive. It's like, but what are we doing now?
But what is the plot of the show?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
What is?
Which they get, like, if it's not in the next episode, like, I'm probably going to drop off.
Yes.
Not that I won't continue to watch, but I'm going to be like, you can't have 2 more episodes following a pilot that was like hot.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but now what? Like, you had me, don't lose me.
Like invade Sentinel services. Use your do something.
Yeah.
Because the X-Men movies had a bad guy. We know the Sentinel service is the bad guy.
Right.
The government is the bad guy. There's got to be some.
But we don't have like a specific villain
Correct.
yet to be like, screw that guy.
Yeah.
If you compare this to like X-Files, right? X-Files did that really,
I
really
wanna
well.
believe.
Yeah, and they're coming back. They did a really great job for 9 seasons of having this kind of government operation going around trying to, finding these people that have these abilities or this paranormal shit or like UFOs or whatever, aliens, whatever. They did this, but they were able to balance it out because the stakes were always there, right on the cusp of everything that
We
was happening.
still don't
We
know
see
why
that
they
here.
don't like mutants, other than the fact
that
they don't trust them.
Right,
That's
and I get
it.
it's an allegory for this whole idea
Yes,
of like
I get
not
it.
trust people who are different.
Right.
It's like Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, but there you go. And then Handmaid's Tale does it by exploring the complexity of the issue rather than being like broad brushstrokes. And we need more specificity.
100%
Correct.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's what's killing
So,
it.
All right, we're on
Yeah.
the same page.
I think we're,
Cool.
Guys,
This
we're
has been
all
a good.
coming together.
This is a good panel right here, guys. If you tune into TV Talk, today is a good effing panel. Us 3 together. I'm
Dream
liking it.
team.
All right, what's next, Grace?
So I think we're going to go to a quick little Twitter question, and I
Okay.
really like this one.
Do it.
So we're going to go with our friend who we've gone with before. Thank you for all your questions, you guys, but I really like this one. At MK Songbird, who wants to know if there's an actor or actress who always just delivers a strong performance that you wish would be cast more frequently. I mean, I'll start off by saying I know he has not, to my knowledge, done much, if any, TV, but I feel like I do not see Jake Gyllenhaal enough. And I
Wow.
want him to come to TV.
Oh, he was great in Okja.
I mean, he's great in everything.
Yeah.
Like everything. Like I just watched Nocturnal Animals because I read the book Tony and Susan. I'm sorry, Josh, I did read a book.
No, that's a
And I was
rough
like,
movie.
God, like why? And I know he's meticulous and he picks his projects and that's great, but I want to see more of him. Roki?
It's a good question. It's a very tough answer because like there's a lot of great actors who get shots and then they come in and out of situations. I mean, Brad Dourif was fantastic on Deadwood as the Doctor. He does such great work whenever he shows up in anything. And Bruce Campbell in Burn Notice was great, but he rarely, if ever, shows up on television and gets these arcs, and he deserves to have these arcs. He's always knocking it out of the
It's
park.
like, where's Heather Grace Hancock? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Heather Grace Hancock is another one. Have you ever seen her work? Great stuff.
I know she's in everything, but she's yet to be. She's not a household name outside of like our industry.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's Sarah Paulson.
Oh,
I think,
yeah.
You know, I mean,
It's building.
Just all
It's
the roles.
building.
Yeah.
I would really
Cast
like
her as Nancy Drew.
give me her as Nancy Drew.
Holy
I will
shit.
binge that if
That's
she's
it.
in it.
You know.
I mean, if she was in a movie about fucking
Butterflies.
Smart and Final, I would watch that.
Oh, I'm a big
and
fan.
Butterflies.
Yeah. No, I think she's a revelation, and I was never an American Horror Story fan, but her on the OJ show was just something out of. It's a different kind of thing, and I would love to see her in more stuff.
It's like
than
she's like Meryl Streep, Daniel Day-Lewis type actor.
100%.
Like just
On
like
TV.
complete chameleon. Yeah.
Yes.
I was actually
Dream.
watching Game Change over the weekend on HBO again, which I hadn't seen in a long time. And got that whole thing about the Sarah Palin McCain, and she's fantastic as that woman who's trying to shepherd her Sarah Palin into her reaction when Palin finally turns on her. I mean, that's just great acting, and she's so good.
Yeah, all in a face.
Yep.
All in a face. All right. Should we do a pick of the day? There was legitimately a spider in my drink yesterday. I wasn't making that up.
I can.
She can vouch.
I can vouch.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Okay.
He was a very cute spider.
Let's do a
Taking a little swim.
Rocha, would you like to chime in here?
Yes.
Grace, take it a little higher. of the day.
Oh God, we're so annoying.
If you could pick a set of stairs in a sitcom house to fall down, which stairs would they be? And I'm throwing exactly
man. Ooh.
Brady stairs. My pick is the Full House stairs because they have the thing up top, so you like
Ooh.
roll and then roll down into the family room.
Right.
Like, go
Perfectly,
all out.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Do you have an answer for this?
I-
I have like a cheat answer.
You have a cheat answer?
I have a
I
cheat
wanna hear
answer.
this.
I would love. Okay, I have a film answer.
Oh,
Should I leave?
boo!
It's gotta be TV.
It's TV talk.
I said
Fuck,
TV
okay,
sitcom
well, it's
stairs.
hard.
All right.
Okay, it
Go
doesn't.
ahead.
Oh, it did say sitcom. I missed that part. I'll see
Wait a-
myself out. Relka, what do you got?
John Steven?
All right, so here's the
Shit.
deal. For me, there's stairs are a concept. Like you can look at the Give Me a Break stairs. Those are interesting stairs. Mine is the Married with Children stairs.
Oh yes.
Right? Because those were like face. You could fall down those stairs
Right in the couch.
right onto the couch,
Yes.
or
Nice.
right next to Christina Applegate, which is not a negative place to be. And so all those kinds of things. Plus, they don't probably vacuum that much, so you get an experience of what
Yes.
this. You get a real taste of what this house is all about just by falling down those
Great
stairs.
That is
So-
the
Great call.
weirdest
I'm just
saying. I
reasoning
think
of
that's
all
great.
time. I just want to see what's in their rug.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm gonna say Everybody Loves Raymond because you could kind of, if you like
Oh,
shot
yeah.
it well, you could go right through the front door.
Yes.
Good call.
Those are some sitcom stairs. That's an episode of TV Talk. F you, terrible TV. We're only talking good TV from here on out. John Steven, where can the good people find you on the internet?
You guys can always find me at The Rocha Says on Twitter and on Instagram. And today we just launched a new episode of the Top 10 show on the SK Plus podcast channel, which we count down the top 10 hero films, real life hero films. Yeah.
Real life heroes. Not gyros.
Not
the-
gyros, not
the
heroes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Grace?
I'm learning a lot. And guys, I'm Grace Hancock. You can find me online everywhere at Mrs. Graceface.
I'm Josh Macuga. Josh Macuga on Twitter and Instagram. The Josh Macuga Show on YouTube. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for enjoying my rant or not enjoying my rant, whatever the case may be. We'll be back tomorrow, as long as they keep us on the air. As always, put down the book, even if it's Nocturnal Animals. And pick up the remote.
Tony and Susan.
Hey everybody, Josh Macuga here. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Collider TV Talk. Want to watch more episodes? Click there. It's an interactive link. Or for more Collider content, click down there. Subscribe to the channel. Tell all your friends. Get an airplane. Drive it by that says Collider. I'm not telling you to buy an airplane. Just do whatever you want as long as you're watching Collider video.